Them guys don't understand. They do that on the club level fight. Opponents that say, y'all don't want to get knocked out by this guy, so I'm gonna come in heavy. They gonna need the fight because they got to take the fight because they can kind of get the numbers. That's what they do on the lower end. But now they flipping the strip and doing it on the high end. You know what I'm saying? So that practice, you will start seeing that a lot now. But how we doing it now?
Tank does that, to get a eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the Rock, when he put the eyebrow up, and he did get it. That's just like when
Gervonta Davis is in trouble, and the one person who guided him to greatness, Calvin Ford, thinks he's not ready for a rematch with Lamont Roach. That alone should set off alarm bells. Ford has been by Tank's side since he was a kid, molding him into one of the most feared knockout artists in boxing. But suddenly, he's not in Tank's corner anymore, and now we're seeing the cracks in Tank's game.
Something is definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out.
You guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so. It's something we gotta work on in the corner, for sure.
When Ford stepped away, Tank struggled a lot. He didn't look like his usual self and barely escaped with a draw against Roach. To be honest, that draw was quite generous. Many people, including boxing legends and analysts, believed Roach was the true winner. Now, with a potential rematch on the horizon, Ford is finally speaking out, explaining why Tank might not be prepared, and it's not about his training.
I thought Calvin and Kenny were doing well. I don't know.
This goes beyond just boxing. There's been a noticeable change in the dynamic between Tank and Ford, and it's beginning to seem like there's some tension developing. Ford wasn't merely Tank's coach. He was a father figure, taking him from humble beginnings and shaping him into a star, guiding him through both triumphs and challenges.
Let me explain something to you. Tank don't look at me as coach, he look at me as dad. Do it look like his son supposed to be taking your dad? I don't even feel right. Y'all hear this time? Tank don't pay his coach. Tank gives me anything I want.
Right.
But I'm a man at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And I'm a hustler.
Right.
Second and foremost, I came from that cloth. You understand? He watched me lose my house, my wife, my family. He watched me do it. It's bigger than boxing.
Right.
Boxing is just a web.
For the first time, Ford is no longer by Tank's side. So what happened? According to reports, Tank's actions outside the ring played a significant part in this shift. While Tank has had his fair share of legal issues, it appears that his recent approach to boxing was the tipping point.
Well, let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that?
Okay, but don't you know?
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
You just talking to her though.
Yes.
With the information that she gave you, can't she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from here.
Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as
I'm
fact?
just saying is I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking for her exact address. She's saying you hit her. She does have a mark on her lips, and it's under.
I have a mark right here.
Did she hit you?
Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. What's his first name?
Gervonta.
Tank has been making noise about retiring, calling boxing dull, and even saying he doesn't want to fight anymore. How do you train someone who isn't even interested in stepping into the ring? But it doesn't stop there. Rumor has it, Tank was spotted smoking during training camp, and that was the final straw for Ford.
It's been to the streets. I know you ain't focused. Tighten up.
That's why I got everybody out of there. That's why I got everybody out of there. Can they see my page now?
Better tighten up.
Consider this. Calvin Ford has dedicated his entire life to shaping Tank into a world-class fighter, only for Tank to show up to training camp, not taking things seriously. This led to a huge argument, and eventually, Ford decided to walk away.
Gervonta Tank Davis got the entire boxing world in a frenzy right now. People don't know what to do. He dropping workout videos. He only weighed 139 pounds, 2 months out from the fight. Motherfuckers like, yo, it's over. Tank Davis is in shape. He gonna kill Lamont Roach. Oh shit, he might get suspended because he's smoking on the weed. Niggas don't know what to do right now, bro. And it's funny to watch. Let me tell you something, man, about the little weed video or whatever. Number one, we don't know what was in the joint. Could be weed, could be tobacco, could be something else. Number two, you don't know when the video was taken, so that could have been months ago. And number three, whatever it was, that shit probably got out of his system in 2.2 seconds because that man didn't hit shit. He puffed on that shit and started breathing out immediately, bro. How real weed smokers know. That's why the smoke was so white, bro. When you actually hit that shit and breathe it in and get it in your lungs to actually get high, the smoke don't come out that white, bro. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I think this shit funny.
Tank tried to downplay the situation, claiming that Calvin left due to personal reasons. But let's be honest, Ford has been with Tank for years. He wouldn't just walk away over something personal.
I think he's going to have Calvin in his corner this time. I think he will have Kenny, but he's not going to have Calvin. I think that's probably going to be like an advantage for you since he's going to have somebody new in his corner, if I'm not mistaken.
More than likely. I think that's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Be with your trainer, your lifetime, your career trainer, and to, to not have him as your head trainer in the corner.
There's definitely more to this situation. From the way Ford is now talking about Tank's readiness for the rematch, it's evident that he's lost trust in him. And we can also see how Tank truly feels about Ford.
Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck. If everybody including winning, winning. Fuck.
Tank, question for you. You're a proud father.
And honestly, Ford might have a point. The rematch with Roach could be a risky move for Tank. People often rave about Tank's knockout power, how it sets him apart from other fighters. But Roach showed a significant vulnerability. He can handle Tank's power.
How do you assess his power after being in there for 12?
He got decent power. He got decent power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told you I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to roll. Like I said, I knew I had a chin. I spar guys that were like junior middleweights, like current champions that was at that weight. So I know I can take a punch. He's twitchy in there. Like I do see why he knocked people out. Like being up close and personal, obviously I seen it on the TV like that, but I understand why he knocked people out. I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all gonna tell.
That in itself makes the rematch a risky proposition. If Tank can't depend on his knockout power against Roach, what other options does he have left?
Honestly, that's how I train. I feel like one of my strong points is exchanging in the pocket. I have a very good eye, very good defense. I'm able to counter and return shots, and I think that's what I did very well. And honestly, I landed some of the bigger shots too.
Ford made a direct point when reflecting on the fight. Rather than offering justifications, he was brutally honest, acknowledging that Tank appeared to have lost touch with his boxing fundamentals. It's a harsh critique, especially considering Ford's crucial role in Tank's development. Instead of blaming the referee, Tank's team, or Roach's strategy, Ford focused solely on Tank's own performance, which makes the statement all the more impactful.
I could have stopped him. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up, and I could have definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, But gotta go to the gym and get back to the drawing board and train a little harder.
We can't ignore what happened in the 9th round. This is the pivotal moment everyone's talking about, the one that should have sealed Roach's victory.
Oh, and that right front, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leading with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his...
It's got to be a knock. What in the world is happening?
Took a knee. He's got to count.
I understand. You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right? Back up.
Tank clearly took a knee, no doubt about it. Somehow, the referee didn't catch it, and the fight continued. Now, the Boxing Commission is looking into the match. If they change the result, Tank's undefeated record will be seriously impacted, his reputation could be tarnished, and Roach may end up as the new champion.
Hopefully the commission gets this right. It was a bummer not being declared the winner on a technicality that could be righted, that wrong could be righted, obviously, in different ways, in different facets.
If that happens, the rematch won't just be about getting back at Roach. It will be Tank's chance to regain what was taken from him, his title, his undefeated record, and his pride.
I already signed. My first contract is signed for an immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that that wasn't a fluke.
The toughest part? Roach already has the confidence that he can beat Tank. He's proved he can withstand Tank's hardest punches, and he knows that when Tank's power isn't enough, he struggles to adjust and find a way to win.
Clearly in there, man, I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
So, when the rematch takes place, Roach won't be entering as the underdog. Instead, he'll be the one with the confidence of having already beaten Tank, which gives him a psychological edge heading into the fight.
Lamont, you've now shown the world the formula to how to beat Tank Davis.
Maybe not. I mean, I'm me. I don't think a lot of guys possess the same skills that I have. If they go in there and try to fight like me, they might not succeed.
That's a risky mindset for Tank's opponent to have, especially considering Tank's mental game seems to be wavering right now. Confidence can make all the difference in a fight, and Roach is stepping in with a clear advantage in that department.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, West, so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
And here's where things get even more complicated for Tank. He's no longer surrounded by the same team that helped him rise to the top. When the fight gets tough, who's going to be in his corner to give him the right advice? Who's going to guide him through the adversity? It's not going to be Floyd, and it's not going to be Calvin either. That's a huge void for Tank to fill.
See the head. Stop head hunt. That's how you get the head.
I need this 10th, 11th, and 12th. On the unofficial, he's down.
Okay. He say unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said on the unofficial, not the real card, here. Keep picking your shots. You took that round off, here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Well, that was fascinating.
Because if Roach fights the way he did the first time, Tank is going to need all the help he can get. But this isn't just about the fight. It's about the potential downfall of Tank Davis. Ever since he split from Mayweather Promotions, his career has been on a downward spiral. If Tank loses this rematch, everything changes. No more undefeated record. No more being seen as boxing's most dangerous puncher. His entire legacy could be on the line.
Tank Davis. Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer. George was a puncher. Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of competition.
Yes,
He was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good fighter.
And the scary part? That loss could come before the rematch even happens. Because if the commission overturns the draw and rules it a Roach victory, Tank won't even be the champ walking into the rematch. He'll be stepping into the ring as the challenger, something he's never experienced before. That shift in mindset could make all the difference in this fight.
The New York State Athletic Commission makes a statement yesterday that they're going to be reviewing Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, 9th round, knockdown, not a knockdown, whatever, to see what the final ruling on their part is going to be. New York State Athletic Commission has been busy. The Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia shit, now Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. We'll see what they decide in this situation. I think ultimately, with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, they made the correct decision, overturning Ryan Garcia's victory. We'll see what they decide here with Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Me, myself, personally, I think that it's a very tricky situation. And it deserves a full video, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get all my thoughts out in this video. But I do want to ask everyone watching this video, what do you think? Do you think they should overturn the decision and award Lamont Roach the victory? Do you think because of all the controversy, they should throw the draw out and declare the no contest? Do you think they should do nothing? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll give mine in another video, but New York State Athletic Commission reviewing the Tank Davis, Lamont Roach, 9th round controversy. Let me know your thoughts. See you soon. Peace.
This whole situation has been nothing short of embarrassing for Tank, especially now that all his biggest rivals are coming out to criticize him. It's putting him in an even more difficult spot, as his confidence and reputation are taking a major hit. Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back, immediately calling out Tank, saying he got exposed, and that he's never been as good as people thought. This kind of criticism from a fellow fighter only adds to the pressure Tank is under.
Shakur, did you think it was a draw?
No.
Who you thought won?
Lamont.
You thought Lamont won? By how many rounds?
I don't know.
You still want the Tank Davis fight?
So what?
You still want the Tank Davis fight? What went wrong? What went wrong?
Shakur has been vocal about wanting a fight with Tank for years, and now he's seizing this moment to call out Tank, using it as evidence that Tank's been avoiding him all along.
You recently spoke out on IG Live, and I don't know where you were, but you were talking about Tank, and he just beat Ryan Garcia, and you said that you would expose Tank.
Damn, I was on IG Live with that.
I think it was IG Live or Fight Hype video, one of them. Oh,
okay. I feel as though with anybody, I feel like I'm a bad motherfucker. Like I feel like I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. So I think these dudes is great fighters, but I just feel like when it come down to me, nobody could beat me. They all could get it.
Then there's Ryan Garcia, who Tank knocked out. But now Ryan is all over social media, taking jabs at Tank for having a tough time against Roach.
That was a knockdown, without a doubt. You can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it because it can give me an incentive, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Well, they said
and that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank and I like Tank a lot, but you can't do that.
They reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
Just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're gonna do it to me, you got to do it to everybody.
And then there's Terrence Crawford, who usually stays out of the drama, but even he couldn't resist taking a few shots at Tank. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our future content. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.